Just about 2 o'clock in the morning, your time. You know, the president mentioned Guam. Martin, nice to see you. Talk to me about, we've seen the headline from the paper there today where it says 14 minutes, right? That's the time it'll take from a missile to go from North Korea to where you are. How are people in Guam feeling?
You know, there's kind of two levels of preparation that I think people are going through here, Brooke. One is the physical, which is, of course, getting ready with emergency supplies as best you can. And then the other is the mental preparedness, and that's probably the most difficult. Let me show you the newest paper. This is the Saturday morning version. And the banner headline there, of course, says Missile Watch. But the one that really catches your eye is the second one here. Officials, quote, do not look at the flash, which is a clear reference that if there's some sort of nuclear fireball, don't be looking at it because you could go blind. Well, look, if it's on the front page of the paper, if officials are talking about it, you can see how it ratchets up the level of people's concern. The governor on the island, Eddie Calvo, is doing his best to tell people that the threat level has not been raised in any way, that the island is safe and sound, and they should go about their lives as they always would. It's the old keep calm and carry on. But at the same time, the Bureau of Homeland Security issued a new guideline sheet in which they talked about what to do in the event of a nuclear explosion. And they talk about, don't look at the fireball. Immediately get low on the ground behind any kind of substantial block there may be. Cover your head. It's the old duck and cover from the Cold War days. Then on top of that, it goes on to say that stay indoors after the initial blast for at least 24 hours to reduce exposure to fallout. And then wash yourself in a shower, scrubbing with copious amounts of water and soap. You get this kind of listing coming from your official government, and you can see why people here are beginning to really get worried. And even though this island has been threatened in the past, there's something this time around, folks say, that makes it more real and, of course, very much concerning. Brooke?
That's what I wanted to ask about. I was talking to a congresswoman from Guam this week. You know, she had talked about how she had reached out to Secretary of Defense past, asked about the readiness of the THAAD, anti-defense missile system, but it's sort of intuiting that this felt different. Martin, what is it about this time, just quickly, that feels so different for people there in Guam?
Well, a couple of things. Of course, North Korea has been much more active in its testing and its use of its rockets and missiles. And then on top of that, the other difference is who's in charge in the White House in the United States. It's Donald Trump. You have two men who don't like to back down, Kim Jong being the other here. And there is a fear that they could talk themselves into a very dangerous situation. That's one of the biggest differences, say, from several years ago when the same threats appeared.
Okay. Martin Savage in Guam for us. Thank you so much. Again, well, now seeing the new